Hey team, Corey here of course. In this video, as you've probably seen in the title, I do want to make a small announcement about an event that we're going to be holding. It's not going to last all that long, probably just a few days before we do list the VIS token on exchange. However, what we are doing is a VIS token buyback system. Now, this is actually native to the PegAxi platform, and I wanted to do this video really just to explain why we're doing it. I did kind of mention it in the past how we will have some of our own Pega in there to accumulate as much VIS as possible for us because we didn't pre-mint any of the utility token. We want to make sure that it is a completely proof of work token through and through. So there's no, I guess, backdoors or anything like that that you guys aren't aware of. Now we do have I wouldn't say an enormous pool, but we have a decent pool because we did have 500 Pega. Tried to raise 500 Pega throughout this first 2 weeks with you guys. So of course we will have a decent pool. However, what we're doing is basically allocating some of our own internal funds, so USDT, to purchase back some VIS tokens. Now, sorry for the interruption there. I did have to cut. My cat just literally ran straight into a glass window, full speed. Anyway, so what I was saying is that we need to accumulate essentially another 2 million VIS tokens, and our intention is actually to create a pool on Kyber DMM, the exchange that all of you guys are used to. So where essentially you're trading PGX right now, we need to make another liquidity pool for VIS tokens. The reason we're doing this buyback system is because we want to have more VIS essentially, so that the pool is larger and there's far safer, I guess, trading for you guys. Because if we don't do that, then someone else can make a liquidity pool, which could be a little bit dangerous. They can withdraw liquidity really whenever they like, and then just make trading almost impossible. So what we really need to do is accumulate as many as possible, and we think this is going to be the best way, essentially offer you guys the opportunity if you want to. As I said, it isn't mandatory that you guys do participate in this. We're really just asking for your assistance. Help us help you, so that in the future when you do want to trade, there is a very good pool there, and not just some basic pool that someone else has started and you can't really trust too much. So the scenario is like this. Basically, when this video is out, or around the time that this video is released, you can just go to the My Assets section on the PegAxi website. So if you go to play.pegaxi.io, and then it's just going to be My Assets. So once you're in there, there's going to essentially be like a swapping platform. Now this is actually off exchange. What's going to happen is that we're going to ask you if you would like to sell your VIS tokens for 1 cent USD. Now this price may not be what you're looking for, and that's why I say you don't need to participate. This is just essentially an opportunity for you guys to sell early if you did want to. So it's going to be 1 cent per VIS. The price could go up in the future, it could be lower on exchange, I don't know. We will be listing it on the exchange when we create the pool for the same price though. So on exchange, and what we're offering now, initially at least, is going to be the same price. So as I mentioned, there's about 2 million VIS that we are willing to purchase. Now there's a lot more VIS in circulation out there, so I do expect it to go fairly quick, to be honest with you guys. And all I ask is, if you have like, 10,000 VIS or something like that, if you would be willing to contribute to the cause with 1,000 VIS or something small, it's entirely up to you. But every little bit does help us accumulate that pool. Now, you won't be able to claim your VIS yet. What we'll be doing is actually taking it from your locked VIS. So we have a system on the back end that obviously can register how much VIS you have. What you'll basically do is just input the amount in that section that is kind of like swap or trade, whatever it says, and then you put in the VIS amount that you want. Say it's you want to sell 10,000 VIS, and we're like, sweet, we'll give you this much. And all you do is click like trade or accept, whatever is on the screen, and instantly you'll get that USDT, and then the VIS is over to us, and it's as simple as that. Now, once the tokens are unlocked, which is due around the 30th, I believe, everything is looking like it will run smoothly as well, I probably should mention. So around the 30th is going to be the listing. I will have exact dates and time for you guys as soon as possible. It'll be posted all on our social medias, so Don't stress, you won't miss it. And then yes, the listing and the unlock time is going to be basically around the same time. We just need to make sure that we have that pool ready to go, so that when it is unlocked, you do have a means of exchange. You can go and purchase on the exchange if you wanted to, or you can go and sell your VIS tokens. Entirely up to you. Now, on that date as well, it will end that breeding event, which means that VIS will be required for you guys to breed after we release or unlock those VIS tokens to you guys. So just keep that in mind. Possibly you want to contribute a little bit towards this. A bunch of people doing a little bit does go a long way for us as well. So yes, again, just consider that. There will be a need for VIS essentially as soon as that is unlocked. So the exchanges, there will be demand there, but there also will be people selling. So yes, that's about it at this moment. I just wanted to let you guys know why we are running this event. It's a very short event and we will take whatever we can. However, there is a limit to this, which is 2 million VIS. And then once we hit that 2 million VIS, you guys won't be able to do it unless it's on exchange. So at least this does guarantee the price, but in the future, I'm pretty sure the price is going to be moving a lot more because there's going to be so much demand. And then also, of course, a lot of supply going around. So again, choose wisely, choose whatever you want. I don't want to influence you guys too much. I just ask you, please assist us with this because it will help you as well in the long term. We only do this because we want to do it right. If you're wondering the cost of VIS tokens, I will do another video towards the, I guess, the event where the breeding event does change to the standard system. So there's going to be a lot of information coming out in around, I think, about the next week. Essentially, it's a very, very big week for all of us. So just be prepared for a lot of changes. Another thing as well, actually, that's what I wanted to mention, is the patch for Camponas, or really just the game in general for evenness, the RNG model. It was pretty obvious that there are some discrepancies. For some reason, the RNG absolutely hates Campona. We see it bright and clear. So for you Campona owners and some of the owners who are experiencing issues as well, so we would predict that it was actually going to be out today. However, we didn't want to release two things on top of each other because it's going to make everybody's job a lot harder. So I would predict it's going to be out one day after I release this video, if not the day after that. But it is due within the next couple of days, so don't stress. The patch is actually ready. They're doing some testing right now, but essentially it does look like the data is far more even. Again, as I mentioned to you guys, this isn't going to make the game perfectly even. It's literally not possible. There is just going to be some Pega that perform better than others. That's just what it is. So I would be measuring more so your results over 5,000 races instead of 100 races or 500 races, because it gives it more time for the data to even out. But anyway, we totally see it. There's very clear discrepancies in this one, and hopefully moving forward, it is a bit more random and people have more opportunity as well. So that's about it from us. Hopefully this answered a couple of your questions. I'm excited for this small event. Please contribute whatever you can, and trading is going to be a lot easier in the future. I'm excited, guys. Okay, big week ahead. I'll see you in the next one.